Welcome back to DC Unplugged, guys, and today, well, we've done it again. So this may look like a Lightning V1, but looks can be deceiving. So let's roll that intro and let's tell you what I've done. Let's get it. So guys, basically it's no longer a Lightning V1 anymore, to summarize it in a quick way. So I'd like to put this as one-off. It's a Lightning V1.5. So this is actually my girlfriend's scooter, and instead of actually paying money to get a bigger, longer range scooter for her, we actually did some modifications. So originally the Lightning V1 is actually a 52 volt system, 21 amp hour with dual 1000 watt motors, a lot like the Raptors and also the Cyclone Pro. So now we have a 60 volt battery in there, along with its controllers and screen from a Lightning V2. So obviously you guys would know quite a lot about the Lightning V2, especially based off the DC Unplugged channel. But this one here is the Lightning V1, so it's a step down, little less power, smaller motors and smaller controllers. So now we've actually bumped up the battery to a 60 volt system, the 60 volt controllers from the Lightning V2 and the Lightning V2 screen. Now this isn't a very cheap conversion, and I know this won't really quite comprehend to some people, but Annalise really loves her Lightning V1, so instead of selling it and getting her a Lightning V2, she didn't like the power of the Lightning V2. It's a little too much for her, so she really liked this setup of scooter. So instead of getting or selling the scooter and upgrading to something else, we then just decided to modify it. And in modifying, we did well. So we actually managed, with this setup, we actually managed to increase our top speed by 10 kilometers an hour, which doesn't sound like much, but for me, it only got me to 55 kilometers an hour. Now this thing gets to 67, 68 with myself on it. So, and I'm about 80, 90 kilos. So now that it's gone up, it's also got a little bit, or a very noticeable amount of low down torque as well. And the range is now just phenomenal. So we're using the 60 volt 26 amp hour battery from the Lightning V2. So this battery is now, or this setup in this scooter is now capable of doing well over the original kilometers, and we have range tested that from where we live here, and basically going from basically Springfield Lakes here all the way out to into the city to Roma Street Parklands and back. And that there, if you were to just look at it by Google Maps, it's about a 60 kilometer scoot. So we did exactly that to range test it. We have tried to do that once before, but by the time we got to Indooroopilly, just on the, as you go over the Brisbane River there and you go up that hill, this thing got to halfway empty and it would have never made it back. So with the 52 volt system in it, 52 volt system was a 21 amp hour, so now it is got quite a bigger battery in it with a bigger amp hour battery in it. So we were actually able to get to that same point and only drop one bar. So we cruised all the way into the city and came all the way back. This is basically a prototype scooter. It's a one of one. It's the only Lightning V1 that actually has the full, the Lightning V2 setup inside of it. So battery controllers and their display. The motors are still the same, and along with that is it has got a little bit heavier because of the bigger battery, but still runs the cable brakes as the Lightning V1 does come out factory, but that is something that will be getting arranged further on in the timeline. So they'll probably be the next up on the old modification list. So we ended up getting a good 62 or so kilometers in our scoot, because we did a little bit of a run around in the Roma Street Parklands there. So we got 62 Ks out, and by the time we got home, we still had 3 bars. So this scooter could quite easily do the 70 Ks quite comfortably, which is a lot more in real world than what it could have and what we have actually tested against. So this scooter is now capable of doing quite a long range scoot now, which is exactly what Annalise was after. So more range, a little bit more power, but not the same power as the Lightning V2. So this literally does sit as titled right between the Lightning V2 and the Lightning V1, this Lightning 1.5. So it sits right between it, bit of both worlds. You've got more range, smaller motor still, so it's still easy to ride for Annalise, and it's still an all-round awesome scooter for Annalise, as at the end of the day this scooter is Annalise's and it's built for her. So pretty cool little upgrade. If you own a Lightning V1 and you are interested in this setup, it isn't cheap. The battery alone is $900 or $950, and the controllers and labor and stuff like that, and obviously you'd need to buy a 60-volt charger to then match that that battery inside of there. You're probably looking at about the $1,200 to $1,300 mark for this conversion, all done and dusted, drive in, drive out. But in saying that though, it beats trying to sell the scooter and then buy another scooter. For that, you're pretty much going to be paying that anyway in just selling the scooter, losing money off of it, and then going and buying a brand new scooter. So as well as that, this was done by the guys at Bicycle C Sumner Park. So everything inside the scooter, obviously the warranty is voided, but at least I have peace of mind knowing that this was actually done by people that work on these things day in, day out, and they know these very well. So, and this idea actually came as a laughing joke when I actually sold my scooter and went, oh, I wonder if I can fit a 60-volt system in it from a Lightning. And I laughed and I had a joke with one of the technicians, and he's like, well, actually, it might actually be possible. And I said to him, well, have you ever done it before? And he said, well, no. So here we are, and it works brilliantly. So obviously we did that big range test. We've done top speed tests, and it all checks back a-okay. So, and Annalise is wrapped. So, and that's all that matters. So yeah, pretty cool. Top speeds maxed out at 68 kilometers an hour with myself on it, which means we gained 10 kilometers and we gained a lot in range. So we probably gained about an extra 30 kilometers of range, possibly even more, over the stock one. So that'd be a side-by-side comparison video that we'll do, as well as maybe a side-by-side comparison of a launch and an acceleration video that we might do on this one with another Lightning V1 if I can get my hands on one. So, but yeah, hope you all enjoyed. Lightning V1 fans, that might be something for you to look at, and instead of upgrading to something bigger and powerful and you're more comfortable with that, that might be something you might be into. So, oh well guys, I hope you all liked the video. I hope that was really entertaining, and just as much as entertaining and joyful as Annalise finds it. And obviously that's then something for you guys as well with a Lightning V1 to suss out. But yeah, hope that guys, that's us for today. Probably in the next video when you see this bad girl up on here or in the shed, you probably know it's going to have hydraulic brakes fitted to it. So until then guys, I hope you all liked the video. Pretty cool little conversion, something a one-off. So yeah, welcome aboard to the scooter family at DC Unplugged here, the old Lightning V1.5. Anyway guys, have a good one, ride safe, wear a helmet, do all the good stuff, and we'll see you all in the next one. Cheers.